I'm ready.
We're going to call the meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Thursday, October 31st to order. Please join me in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Those days.
I'm sorry. Okay. Public comment.
Yes, Fred Kane for Wolfboro. I did receive the agenda. I do not see the wage study on there. Are we going to have a wage study today?
I'm not sure. I think it was scheduled. She is coming over. I don't know if we're going to do that in non-public to start and then open up to the public. I'm not sure, Fred, what the
Okay,
process is
well,
going to be.
you know, I would say if the HR director hasn't had it for today like she promised, I think we better start looking for a new HR director. 2 years is far too long to wait for a wage study. I also want to know if we found Commissioner Plash's cell phone.
I had a conversation with Commissioner Plash last night. He has found it, and I believe he's dropping it off today.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, well, I'm
And
gonna,
even to make you happier, Fred,
yeah, I'm gonna give Melissa a copy of Right to Know. I'd like to have the emails and the text messages that have been created from that phone from a certain date on there. I did see that as of July, we're up to $755,382 for agency nurses. That's $107,911 per month. At that rate, we'll be almost $1.3 million for the first of the year from $15,000 2 years ago. I think with the administrator leaving is a time we can build on the staff over there and rebuild the nursing staff at the nursing home. My wife, the former ADON, has been reached by a lot of staff and residents over there when they heard the administrator was leaving to ask her if she thought she'd come back. She told them no, she would not come back. And I want to read one comment that one of the staff members sent her. I was really hoping that you were going to come back after the 15th, but I understand. I hope that you are doing well. If anything, there would be a celebration if you would come back. In these past 20 months have shown how valuable you were and are to Mountain View. With that being said, I can understand the fear of it happening again. I can respect the toll that this has taken on you, but don't ever underestimate how much you are respected and missed, not only by the residents, but the staff as well. Thank you very much.
thank you. Media questions?
Madam Chair?
I'm sorry.
I have something.
Of course.
Yeah, I was watching your meeting last week, and
Could you-
I noticed that the
Excuse me?
Carroll,
Could you
oh,
just give us your
sorry,
name?
Dallas
and-
Emery,
Okay.
Center Hospital.
Thank you.
I noticed that Carroll County Broadband District is asking you for $15,000. Now, I was opposed to it in the beginning. I'm opposed to it now. I would suggest you not give them that money. That we were told that they were not going to use tax money at all. ARPA funds are tax money. And I would like that, just to make my thought known on that. So I know you haven't made a decision yet, but it's, I think there's a conflict there. It was never supposed to be that way. We were sold a bill of goods, and now here we go. So,
Okay, thank you for
Thank
your
you.
comments. Hold on here, just want to get my,
Madam Chair.
um,
Madam Chair.
yes,
This is a reference to the meeting posting from last week.
and your name, sir?
My name is Ed Comeau, GovernmentOversite.com, Brookfield.
Thank you.
It's related to last week's meeting posting. I had made an argument that the meeting wasn't posted properly. The meeting did say 9 a.m., even though the agenda did say 8 a.m. Okay, I'll give you that. If I go to court, they're not going to argue because technically the posting could be accepted that way. But But my issue is now with the minutes. I believe you're going to review minutes today that said the meeting started at 9:03. Now, technically, if your meeting did start at 8 o'clock like you did in quorum, you need to show in public that you went into non-public correctly, and when you came out, that you sealed them correctly, and then either recessed, you would have to have recessed because then you began your main meeting at 9. So my argument is, at this point, is it's important for the public continuity of the record to show that you properly went into non-public at 8 o'clock. That was my argument in the beginning.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, approval of the minutes for August 24th, and I did get a comment that either our vote on the,
Manifest.
pardon?
Manifest.
Yes,
Sorry.
the manifest was inaudible, or we didn't actually take a vote, so either way, we are going to take another vote on the manifest for the week before.
I'll make a motion to accept the manifest for the week of, what is that week?
August 24th.
2020.
And, okay, let me see if I have any amounts. Yeah. Actually, it was for the 23rd, wasn't it?
The accounts payable is the 23rd, so the
23rd,
payroll would have been the 25th.
25th.
Yep.
Okay, and the total amount, I don't have the total, but for the 23rd, the amount was $143,342.57, and payroll was $267,321.55. And I will second. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Madam Chair, if you'd like, I can amend the minutes to show that you did not vote on that last week, and also if you're amenable to what Representative Comeau.
Okay.
Mr. Comeau said, I can make that adjustment to the beginning of the minutes as well while you're finishing your meeting today,
Okay.
if you want to hold those.
We'll hold those.
Madam Chair, I have a point of information.
You may.
You will notice the vote that you have listed in those minutes state that you voted to come out of non-public, but it doesn't show that you motioned and voted to come out of non-public and seal the minutes. And the reason why I mention that is it should be clear so nobody can challenge the proper sealing of those minutes. Do you notice where it says it right there?
Yeah.
So it should read,
We'll
a
take
motion
care of
that was taken.
Take care of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're holding off on that. And we have the numbers for the, I do have the numbers for the manifest
Karen
right
just
here.
brought those over, yep.
Okay. So, payroll for the week of 9/1
Yep, so that's the
would be
payroll.
$246,843.15. And for accounts payable, it's 200 for 8/30. 23 is $241,881.71. For a total of $488,724.86.
Motion to approve.
Second, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So we are waiting, or we got time. Okay. I don't have anything for Hale's location. Do you think we could get the administrator and Dee over earlier?
I actually messaged asked if she could come earlier. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to do the line, start on the line item transfers? Or you just want to
We can
wait
do
on-
that.
Do you have, I gave you those, right? Yep.
And these are the signature copies.
first one we have is request number 223-009. Do you mind reading this, Chuck? 'Cause I can hardly see these.
I can do that.
I didn't bring my glasses
I can
over.
do that.
Sorry.
I can do that if I can find it. No,
It's the first one.
no, it's here.
Yep, right there. Yep. Can you read this?
Okay, it's, what do we need, the account or?
Yep, just the last, like 6 of the account number.
So from account number 029000, fees and services, budget amount $6,030. Expenses year to date $290, available $5,740. And we're going to transfer the amount of $549.
Yep, and then the account number.
And
Into-
to account number 037000.
And the reasoning she has is,
License subscriptions.
Licenses.
Dues, license subscription, licenses and subscriptions.
motion?
Motion to approve.
Okay. I'll second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Then we have the next one. Account number 017000, account name Education and Conferences, budget amount $3,500, year-to-date expenses $501, available $2,999. Transfer amount $251 to account number 037000. Again, dues, licenses, and subscriptions, budget amount I guess we don't need that. Total amount $251. Motion to approve.
It's, I'll second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
It's just looking at their reasoning.
Yeah, did you read it?
Hold
Do
on.
you want me to read the cover page too?
You can if you want to, that's up to you.
Madam Chair?
Yes.
Everybody's speaking very softly, and one of the members of the public stated he cannot hear what you're saying.
All right, we'll speak up.
I'm sorry, I'm just not a yeller, so, well, sometimes.
The next one, the next line item transfer is from account number 008000. Salaries, RN/LPN, budgeted amount $1,807,732. Year-to-date expenses $971,883. Available $835,849. Transfer amount $50,000 to account number 005000. Account name overtime. Total amount $50,000. Motion to approve.
I'll second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Okay, and the next one is, we already did that.
There must be, I think the number's wrong on this one, Melissa. Or or is it? I don't know.
We did skip a number in there. Is that what happened?
Oh, okay, we did 16, 15, okay.
Yeah, there is one that we pulled
Okay.
because we need to do some more research on it.
Okay, the next one is from account number 039000, supplies, budget amount $11,000, year-to-date expenses $2,379, available $8,621. Requested transfer amount $1,435 to account number 082000, equipment, budgeted amount $750. Total amount to transfer $1,435. Motion to approve.
I'll second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. And we have from account 055000, account name speech therapy part B, budgeted amount $60,000. Year-to-date expended is $20,490. Available $39,510. Requested amount $3,650 to account 058000, lab skills. Total amount $3,850. Motion to approve.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye. And finally, from account 057000, occupational therapy part B, budgeted amount $116,220. Expended year-to-date $69,951, available $46,269. Requested amount $15,000 to account 056000, occupational therapy skilled. Total amount to transfer $15,000. Motion to approve.
I'll second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
This is ours.
You have nothing to hear.
Nothing to use. I guess while I'm signing this, I can say that I went to the adult daycare facility yesterday. They've been trying to get me to come over to do a tour. I went over, and it really is a beautiful building. And what they do there is unbelievable. And so I tried to pick their brain a little bit on their staffing, and so come up with some ideas. But it really is, if anybody hasn't been there, you should take a tour. It's really amazing what they've done. Everybody seemed very happy, and
Good morning, Dee.
Good morning.
good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Be right with you.
No problem.
You're just finishing up your transfers.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want any facts? Oh, I would love them. Thank you very much.
I'm good.
Here we go.
Are those all set? I'll take those out if you
He's got a,
Oh,
yeah,
he's
Chuck
got to
has
sign.
to sign it.
I also wanted to share this with you. It's an op-ed from one of the administrators of one of the county homes
Okay.
regarding agency and staffing.
Okay.
I'm all done.
Okay.
You're all done. Good one.
Jim, nothing.
Thank you. I didn't know if you were going to bring this to that.
Yeah, that's, I just gave you the one that's with the highlighted parts, just for you guys, yeah, just about where we stand on some projects.
Okay, good. Do you know what paper this was in, Steve?
I don't, it just got sent to me,
It's very nice.
yeah, I think it articulates well kind of what everyone's dealing with, so.
You all set?
I'm upset.
Good morning. I wanted to come by and give you some updates on things that are happening over at Mountain View. Clearly, the hottest topic right now is that we have had an outbreak of COVID. Starting Saturday, were our first positive tests, all isolated to one of our neighborhoods, and it has exploded. Thankfully, it is contained on that one unit, but at this point in time, I think even as I was typing it, I had 22 positive cases. We're up to 23, 13 staff and 10 residents. As I said, all the residents are on one neighborhood. The staff are primarily nursing staff on that one neighborhood, but we've also had a maintenance, a housekeeping, and a float as well. I believe the last one was a dietary person, but all of them had had access at some point to that neighborhood. So the neighborhood's kind of on, all the neighborhoods are shut down as far as communal activities where, you know, not getting in a bus together and heading off to dinner or whatever. But they have a little bit more reign to go outside and continue doing things outdoors, whereas Chicora, we've tried to keep them in their rooms unless they're outside. So they've gone out for walks. We'll see a few people out walking. But for the most part, they're being isolated on that unit. So it's made staffing more challenging. So because of that, we've decided we're holding all our admissions until we can get it under control, because so many of them are nurses, and we're already short in nurses as it is. We're all back in mass, which is wonderful.
Well, I was just saying, I went to the adult daycare yesterday, and they are, as of yesterday, they went back down because we've got the state warnings that it's raging again.
It is, and this seems to be an extremely contagious round of it, like very quickly being spread. So I think isolating and just hoping it works its way through, or we stop it in its tracks. But for it to go from Saturday to one case to 5 days later and we're up at 23, you know, is ridiculous. So we did have our survey. Survey showed up Tuesday night at 6. As soon as we all got home, they showed up. We had an amazing team that came out. It was a team we've never had before. So they stayed with us until I think Thursday afternoon. And our exit interview went very well. I did identify 3 areas that I believe we may have tags on. We haven't gotten our final report yet, so it hasn't outlined exactly what our tags are, but the 3 that were noted to us are listed here. I mentioned that a PRN was ordered by a doctor, and because of the medication that it requires a 14-day review on the order, and one of the doctor's order didn't have a 14-day review. The second one was, kind of seems strange to talk about, but Metamucil was ordered and administered, but the directions on it say that you have to use 8 ounces of water, and the cups that they were using were 7-ounce cups. So we instantly went out and bought 9-ounce cups, and probably have been using the same cup for the last 10 years, but this was the time that they looked at it. So that's probably going to be something. And then the last one was a wound sheet that hadn't, like one entry hadn't been completed in it as far as documenting it. So we're not sure exactly where that one's gonna fall. But if those are the three that they got out of 2.5 days, interviewing all residents, all staff, having resident council, everything, we did very, very well. And the most important messages that the survey team said was that it was very clear that the residents are happy, the families are happy, and the residents are well cared for. And in the scheme of things, that's exactly what we want and what we aim for. So it was,
Congratulations to you.
yeah, it was a good survey, so.
Great job.
Well, I know you were doing a lot of work preparing and trying to get ready for it, so.
Yeah, it's one of those things that really, I don't know, there's so many things that they can look at. It really depends on what they look at that moment in time. So things that we might have spent hours on, they never even looked at. So we never know one day from the next what's going to happen. So as you've seen, I'm sure, there's trucks out in front of our building. We're having fire suppression, sprinkler heads. The life survey last year indicated that the new regulations required us to sprinkler out under the front entryway and out of the back here, and anywhere that there's an overhang of over 4 feet. So it seems strange that we're sprinkling outside, but we had to do that. So it's a major project. They're inside the great room and up at the ceiling trying to run the sprinklers down and outside to the back. So it's a big disruption, but the rules say we had to do it, so that's what we did. So I think they're here for probably another 2 weeks. They've got to go through a lot of different places, so. But
So they have sprinkler lines outside the building.
if you, now when you look at our front entryway, there's a full sprinkler running all the way down in the ceiling from the out, right at the curb, all the way to the front of the building, and then out back here, there will be, underneath that roof area, there will be sprinklers. Because it's a major, they say it's a major traffic location, so in the event of a fire where people have to exit that way, they needs to be covered. I find it kind of silly, but
I don't understand how they keep the water from freezing in the lines. Is there antifreeze in the lines?
I don't know. I'm sure Bob knows that, but.
I'm sure Bob does, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, the bigger projects, I had given you the folks a list. I have the medical director's contract here. The medical director's contract is going to have to renew prior to the end of the year because of the changeover from right now. Huggins is doing all the billing and holding basically all the payment for on-call and for the pay for all the providers and all the billing. And so we're paying Huggins. And historically, we've never paid a penny to Huggins. They've done it and provided that service and provided us the doctors. But as everyone knows, there's been a lot going on at Huggins with elimination of positions and doing some different things. And so they came to us kind of late in the game and said, hey, we're going to transition this back over to you. And, you know, basically it's going to become your baby. It's costly. It's going to be costly. As you see my points here at the top of it. At the top, by January, we're going to have that new contract with Dr. Lewis, our medical director, and then making decisions on whether we bill in-house or hire an agency to bill for Med B provider services. There's pros and cons to each side of it. I think it's pretty complex. I know that we'd have to apply to CMS to do the Med B billing, and then we would also have to do all the on-call, all the credentialing, all the clearinghouse, everything we would have to take on. Whereas if we went with an agency, they would take on that responsibility for us, for a fee, of course. CMS does have a free Med B billing component, but I have not heard anything good about how it's worked. So I think we were going to try and open up it and try and walk through it to see how hard it would be. But I really believe that maybe finding an outside provider, which we've done. We put out requests to all of the other nursing homes, especially the county nursing homes, to make sure who they're using for contracted services and creating a list so that those are options that we could look into. I just had their contact, so you had their contact information if you needed to reach to them. I also have our facility licenses due. It expires December 31st, but it is completed and done here, so it's good to go to the state now. But I'm sure when a new administrator comes in, you have to apply for a new administrator, so they'll have to update that. I did send letters to Christy Holtz, the Ombudsman's office, and a couple other departments at the state, indicating my departure and giving them, Terry, your number and email, and Melissa's as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, you. But I figured that way they had someone besides, like Sue Doty, or obviously she'll have all the contacts and everything, but just to make sure that they have another way of reaching someone.
Thank you.
Because these might be critical things for timing, so. So our facility license is completed. As I mentioned, the annual survey inspection is completed. I had hoped that we'd have the report back. Probably next week it'll come back. And then basically, I'll leave you what I've said all along, is that our critical issue of staffing just continues to need to be addressed. As you see in this letter, it speaks a lot to some of the similar challenges that we face, and I think everyone's facing, is that without a good competitive wage to recruit and retain people here, it leaves us with our hands tied, that in order to staff our facility, we have to go to agency, and then we spend far more than we would wish to spend on agency staff than investing in our own staff. So I keep holding that out, keep hoping that this year, when you guys head into budget season, that we're not getting slashed, the agency and the overtime and everything. It's going to need to have, I know the wage survey's done, I believe, and hopefully you can start looking at some of the nursing staff. Most importantly are the nursing staff that's non-union. And there's not as many as you would think, so I think looking at that and getting that to be competitive is going to be critical. Nobody wants agency staff. We hear it every time about the agency staff. We don't have a choice. We have to take care of our residents, and without having that staff, our only option is to go agency. So that's it in a nutshell.
Madam Chair, do you mind if I add just one thing? In speaking about the sprinkler system, because Dee was successful in getting a very large grant for the county that covered a lot of equipment, 40% of the sprinkler system project is being covered by the grant.
Oh, good. Is that the one that,
The Go for Nursing
the Go for
grant.
Nursing one? Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, thank you for that too, Dee.
Every little penny, right?
That's right.
So as far as that goes, if there's anything, I don't know, whatever you would want me to accomplish or get to you or whatever, prior to my departure, let me know.
Again, sorry to see you leave, that. So,
I hope whoever comes in here next keeps the ball rolling.
I hope so.
So I have appreciated the opportunity very much, so I thank you. I don't know if you guys want to take a look at the medical director contract and the state application.
Yeah, I think we probably want to.
I'll give it to Melissa, let her look at it,
Sure,
just
gets
know
back
that,
to you.
yeah, or this one, Melissa can just be mailed, it's all good to go. But I saved it for you guys to look it over. And then the medical director, just
Can we take it?
make sure I get it, so. Okay? Thank you.
Talk to you later.
You got it.
Yeah, let's dance.
Next one is non-public.
We have a non-public scheduled on Zoom at 10 o'clock, so we have some time. I did send over one addition to the agenda. I don't know if you want to talk about that vehicle.
Yes,
Sean.
if Sean's available, that way we can do the non-public.
Do you want him to come over?
Yeah, we can get that done.
Sure.
Line item transfers are done. come over, we can get that taken care of.
Okay. And the treasurer just joined the Zoom. I don't know if he has anything for you.
Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Chairman McCarthy. How are you today?
I'm fine. Do you have anything for us? I have nothing for Hales.
No, I don't have anything. I just wanted to zoom in, make sure I was here.
Come over and talk
Okay.
about your vehicle.
You're there. You're here.
Thank you.
Okay, I guess I can read a letter while we're waiting that I got from a
Thank you.
Brent Conley. It says, "Dear Nick supporters, I'm very lucky to have the Nick to use. The best part is I can bike there. I play soccer, baseball, and track at the Nick, and I go to the Nick Fest every year. For me, the Nick is the place where I can go and do sports and have fun. It's a big part of everyday life. Thank you for supporting the Nick, Brent Conley." And I'm going to thank Brett because he wrote big enough so I could read it.
And Sean will be right over.
Okay. I don't know if there's anything else that's not. I guess I did take a look at the commissioner's budget, and we're doing fine on our budget lines. I took a look at it, we still have $83,321 left in our budget. And Melissa,
Yeah.
I only want to stay the one night.
Oh, for the conference.
Yeah, I'm pretty upset with that whole thing, so I'm not going to go to the whole conference.
And Commissioner McGee, have you thought about the county conference in October? Or we can talk about it after if
Yeah.
you want.
Those are the dates again, and then on the
Right.
back is the cost, and then the hotel room.
Yeah, I looked at it.
Okay,
Yeah, thank you.
Sure.
When do you know that now? Relatively soon.
I don't think the rooms are booking up too fast, so
no.
if you could let me know by next meeting, that would be great.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Oh, and did you want to go to this?
When is it? I looked at it.
September 15th.
It'll be here.
Oh, you don't like? I don't either. Oh, shoot. I won't either. I told Matt I would go. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Okay.
Oh, it's on there.
I can send something.
Yeah, I'll just, yeah.
Yeah, that would be it.
Didn't know if I needed the AED or something.
Not for me.
Does the public have any other, oh, here we come.
Yep.
Okay. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning.
Morning.
We're running a little ahead of schedule, so.
Let's get you ready.
I know it's just a short jaunt for you to go.
Yes. I was just walking over. Probably do me better. Ouch. Oof. Low table.
What do you got for us?
So, it was a few months ago, we spoke in regards to our food truck, and you're gonna need a replacement. Not gonna pass inspection, which ends in this end of September. So that we were authorized, approved, I think it was 15,000 to look for a food truck. So I've been doing some shopping around. Was able to come across this 2010 Ford Explorer. It's for sale for the place down in Wakefield, New Hampshire. Went down, looked at it, went through it. I really think it'll be beneficial to us to get. The price is $10,499, so it's below what we were approved for. And I think it will meet our needs. So I'm looking for authorization to go ahead and move forward with utilizing that money we approved for a vehicle to be utilized for this vehicle.
What are you doing, taking the whole back out?
No, the seats fold down.
Bolt down, okay, so,
I will be ordering just a rubber mat, WeatherTech mat.
Yep.
For $114 to put down on there in case there's any spillage. We can take the mat out, hose it off, put it back down. but I've already measured everything, the heat boxes that come over with the fans in them will fit in there, easy enough. I mean, currently we're using a Expedition, I think it is, so I think it's being utilized the same way. Yeah, I think it's an Expedition. It came from the sheriff's department, it's an old one.
So this is big enough for what you need?
Yes, it'll be plenty big enough for what we need, plenty of space. And again, we don't transport inmates with it, it's as, we use it to go over to the nursing home. It needs to be street legal for either A, it goes over to the nursing home, but also B, it goes off campus to, when we have to fuel it up, to whatever gas station
So
we
you
go
don't
to.
really put a lot of miles on it?
So it doesn't get a lot of miles, no. And only, this vehicle only has 73,000 miles on it as well, so the mileage are fairly low at a decent price. So
You know, based on what's out there, I took a quick look at it, it looks
yeah.
good.
I
Looks like a good deal.
I was looking for a little pickup truck, but everybody wants $1 million for pickup
Can't
trucks
buy
today.
pickups used.
No, so I'm like, well, I guess we'll check that box off and move on. So that's why we're here, went with the SUV. So,
Motion to approve, I'll make a motion we approve the purchase of a 2010 Ford Explorer in the sum of, is it $10,499?
yes, that is the price.
In the sum of $10,499.
Yes.
Sorry. Two things. I believe Sean also wanted an additional amount of money so that he could register it and he could buy a mat for the back.
Oh, yeah.
That's
So
right.
he's looking for approval of $11,500.
Yes, I apologize, I'm thinking of the vehicle only.
Okay.
And I think because it's an equipment purchase, you might want to consider waiving the bid process.
Oh, that's true.
That's true.
Okay.
Are we allowed to?
Yeah, we're allowed to do that. Yeah.
So we're going to waive the bid process, and we're going to increase the amount to $11,500 to include registration, and I take it the mat's in there too?
Yeah, Matt is part of that package, I apologize, I didn't bring my notes with me with those pieces.
And that's what we need, $11,500?
Yeah,
So make the motion to approve $11,500 for the purchase of 2010 Ford Explorer.
Since you have $15,000 in your budget line, you're covered, so, and you're perfectly happy with this vehicle.
yes, vehicle will
John?
serve our purposes.
Then I will second. And all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. I'm assuming you're going to get that shortly.
I'm gonna make a call and hopefully get it going, and hopefully in the next week or two, we'll have it,
There's a check in there for it if you approved it.
so, that's the plan.
See you later today.
All right,
All right, thank you, Sean.
thank you.
Updated the minutes, if you'd like to vote on those.
Sure.
I added the top paragraph, and I took out that you voted on the manifest. I just say that the chairman announced it last week. And then this week's vote will show.
So you changed this.
I added the top paragraph.
A point of information, Madam Chair.
Yes.
If the meeting began at 8, those minutes begin at 8 o'clock.
Yes,
Yes.
It shows the entrance into non-public.
yes.
Melissa, did you show the entrance into non-public on this?
Yep, it says on a motion by Commissioner McGee, a
All right,
second.
yeah.
Yep, it's all.
And they're sealed at the end, just so you
Yes.
make sure.
Yep.
Thank
Would you
you.
like?
No, I just want to make sure you do that, so you're
Yep.
non-public.
Motion to approve the minutes of August 24th.
I will second. All those in favor, say aye.
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 And this is the signature one?
Yes, please. Yep.
So what have we got left? We have the non-public at 10. Okay, we're almost there. Commissioner, do you have any comments or anything that you would like to say? We have a few minutes.
No, other than I'm very pleased with the nursing home survey. And, I think the staff and management should be applauded for doing a great job. Taken some heat in the past. I don't think it was always called for, but it appears that it's being run well and everybody's happy. So other than that, I really don't.
Do you have any other, we don't have any other business, do we, Melissa, this morning? Just-
I don't believe so. I was asked by Crystal Sawyer to follow up on her visit with, when she came by with the gentleman from CAP and Captain Baker from the jail about using space in the annex for the bike class.
Yeah, actually,
Bob
I wanted
Murray-
to talk to Sean about that. Hopefully, we could do that sooner, because they don't need anything special, just one of the empty rooms for the time being.
So Bob Murray has agreed that he would clear out 2 residence rooms and make an entryway on the wing available so that they would be entering in on a wing, going only to those 2 rooms. Crystal said that once you're in the classroom, you're not allowed to leave the class until it's over, and then you'll be taken back over. So Bob Murray's on board. He's got the space for her. She's looking to get approval as soon as possible so she can obviously schedule it and get the supplies
Right,
and
I know they want to
materials.
start in
They want to
September.
do end of
And
September,
I know
early
that this is
October.
only temporary, right? And
Yeah.
there's something else, yeah, but for right now.
Did you want to talk to Sean about it while he's here, or do you want to just
Is he, well, is he probably gone? He was.
He's right outside.
Oh, okay, yeah, ask him to come in.
come back in?
Just want to make sure that he's on board with that.
Okay.
You know, that was with the bike shop. I think that's a good idea.
If it's worthwhile. If he's okay with it.
I did call him afterwards, he said he wasn't.
He was,
Yeah, get him to say it publicly. Okay. Sorry, Sean.
No problem. Good thing I wasn't that far away.
I thought you were already halfway to Wakefield.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I just wanted to get your opinion on the bike shop.
I think the bike shop will be a very positive to the county, and I don't really have a major issue there. My only issue is, of course, security end of
Security,
things,
yep.
which will be our responsibility, and letting my lieutenant, my captain, kind of fielding it, and handling the situation. I told them my concerns, and I'm used to having inmate population working on the outside, doing different details where I came from previously, so I understand the security risks there, but also procedures to take to make sure it's lessens the risk. So, like I mentioned to Lieutenant and Captain already, we have to monitor it, stay on top of it. First real incident,
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
it. So
I agree.
give it a chance, give it a shot. I think it's beneficial for both sides, particularly the programmings that we do, and I think it would benefit the inmate population to give them some type of task or responsibilities in education on some things. So I think, at the end of the day of it, I think it'll be a benefit. There'll always be that security risk, and that's our job to monitor that and stay on top of it.
And you monitor the people that are going to be involved.
Oh, yeah. They get background checks done, they get screenings and all that. We have to. Anyone that works directly with the inmates like that, that's part of our PREER system. We have to do criminal background checks. They have to go through a screening. We have to sit down and speak to them in regards to what PREER is, Prison Rape Elimination Act, what it is, and the standards and requirements and the duties to report and all that. There's a lot to that. So, yeah, everybody will get screened now.
And the inmates themselves that are going to participate pretty.
Yeah, they sentenced inmates only. They'll be screened, again.
Just for the benefit of the people that are watching.
Non-violent crimes,
Right.
not individuals out there that are high risk or anything like that. But then that goes through our classification process. So,
I know that.
But it'd be-
For the benefit of everybody.
Yeah. No, I
don't
know.
want people thinking there's going to be people
Fully
running
understand.
around there.
I've been doing this for a lot of years, so I sometimes don't think, I'm just thinking this is
Just
what
put
I know
everybody at
and
ease.
don't think about the individuals that don't know and sometimes, miss out on that piece.
Great.
But everybody gets screened across the board. Like I said, sentenced inmate, non-violent crimes, non-inmates that have open charges or pretrial status.
Super.
So,
Give it a try.
Give it a try.
Great.
Good time to try it where the rest of the building is going to be
Yeah.
unoccupied.
yep. No, I agree.
Right.
And just to let you know too, real quick, while I'm here, the Sallyport garage doors.
Yeah.
They installed one yesterday, they're installing the second one right now as we speak.
Oh, good.
And then the security upgrade system, we're at the tail end of that. That's just about done, the upgrade of the doors and the cameras and all that big project. He'd probably be done Tuesday or Wednesday of next week with that, now that he had to go back and rework some stuff due to the lightning strike. So we're doing well.
Good. Thank
All right, anything else?
you. No,
Available anytime.
Thanks.
Have a good day.
see you later.
Thanks, Sean.
Hey, enjoy your meeting.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. So I guess we just need to make a motion,
To approve the bicycle shop.
the bicycle shop.
All right, I'll make the motion that we approve the bicycle shop for the corrections department.
Second. I will second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. We'll let her know.
I guess, and I see our non-public is here.
A, B, and C here for you.
A, B,
So
and C.
we need to do non-public
A, B, and C.
under RSA 91-A:32, A, B, and C.
I'll second. All those in favor, roll call vote.
Commissioner McGee,
Aye.
Commissioner McCarthy,
Aye.
thank you.
9:51.
So just
You're on.
You want to make a motion?
I'm gonna make you want the motion. Okay, now, the first motion to rescind,
Sorry,
yes.
could you make a motion to come
Oh,
out
to
of
come back,
non-public
yeah.
and seal the
Right.
minutes?
Yeah.
We,
Thank you.
we need a motion to come out of non-public and seal the minutes.
I'll second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
10:50.
I was waiting for you, Ed. I was looking at it.
10:50. Next,
Okay.
motion to rescind time clock utilization for exempt salary employees, effective meeting.
I'll second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye. And we need a motion to approve the medical contract between Dr. Eric Lewis and Huggins Hospital to run through December 31st, 2023.
I'll second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And just to let you know, the wage study has been presented to the commissioners for review, and that will be available as soon as we have had time to review it. And I want to announce we have 3 new employees. We have a Rhonda Smith, who is going to be a unit manager at the nursing home, Priscilla Godo, LNA, and Kimberly Doobie, an LNA. And just a little bit of information, we are getting more applicants and hiring more people than are leaving now. So we're finally getting caught up, which is good news. Motion to?
I'll make a motion to go into recess.
Yes.
Madam Chair, may I make a comment?
Yes, you may.
Okay. This is in reference to a decision you voted on last week, was the outside funding, the agency funding. You removed the last 2 sentences stating that the organizations that apply can now do the towns and the county. You removed that. People have heard that, other selectmen in the area, and they're asking, what was your reasoning for doing that, since they were clearly on the side of only going to one place, the county, period. So that was the question that I'd like to answer.
Would you like to answer that, or you want me to?
I think you should answer that, because I'm not sure.
It was presented to us, and the reasoning is because of the difference in the different budget cycles.
Yes.
It's very hard for them to plan on what they are going to get or where they're going to get it from, because the town and a lot of the towns and the county are on different budget cycles. That does not mean that we will not adhere to that, but we did rescind the policy.
Just for clarification, does that mean that an outside organization can now apply to both towns and the county?
They can apply, but they may not receive from both.
Okay.
We're not, We don't want to take away their ability to apply. Chuck?
No, I mean, they're, obviously the towns and the county are two separate entities. So they apply and I would assume each looks at the request and moves accordingly.
Is there something on the application that would make you aware if they applied for both places?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's on the application?
It's on
So
the
then you'll be
application.
aware that they vote, that they did that in
That
both
they
places?
applied, yes.
So then you can then make the decision, you're already getting enough from the town, we're not going to give you anything. So there'll be something to catch that.
Yes.
Okay.
And we can put that, well, that application form, I believe, is online.
The
Or-
application's
It is.
available, it's been advertised,
Mhm.
public notice. Do you mind if I add one thing?
Yep.
One, I know in the past when, I believe it was Whitehorse at one point, they were applying for town funding and county funding, but when they came to the county, or the town, so I might have it backwards, they asked for a specific part of their programs that they wanted the funding for from the county, and then they were looking for general money from the towns for operating. So if someone brought forward a specific part of their program versus just general operating from both the county and the towns, that might be to their benefit. That's how it worked in the past. And I don't know if I have it backwards, county-town, but I think,
I would assume that also clarifies that if during a delegation meeting, if they wish to fund something, it would not be in conflict with your policy. Would that be more clear?
That would be more clear.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ed.
Motion to recess.
Yeah, we don't need a motion to recess, though. We can just
We don't.
recess.
We're just going to recess.
Okay. We'll recess the meeting. Next meeting is the call of the chair, and it is
10:55.
10:55.
wow.
Right.